Welcome to the Feast, where the focus is supporting students, families, and teachers with critical thinking strategies, tools, and resources. My name is Nasira Waters, and I've worked in the education system for over 2 decades as an English teacher, literacy coach, and mentor. Today we're going to focus on analyzing theme, where we examine the inferred meaning of a poem. The poem is titled If by Rudyard Kipling. Now we're going to look at the instructions. Analyzing theme is a skill that I have presented in previous videos, which you can go back and view. Actually, I'll put the link for the video where I show you that the central idea and theme are two different concepts/skills, and I show you the difference and how to apply them. So I'll link that in the description of this video. Now we're going to start out with an essential question, and it's the overarching question of how do writers develop themes in poems? So after you examine and view the video regarding central idea versus theme, then you should be able to better respond to this question. So the poem If by Rudyard Kipling presents various perspectives that the speaker holds. So the speaker uses specific words and phrases to communicate his perspectives. And you'll find the poem itself below the assignment, but the poem is also on the left-hand side, broken up into the various lines here on the side. And then you have the question of responding to the central idea, and the poem in the various stanzas is here on the page below. So getting back to what you are to do in this assignment. So you're going to read the poem more than once, twice, 3 times if you need to, and I'll read it as well before we continue. But you're going to identify the meaning of the words and phrases as they are used in context. There are some words, due to its historical language, there's some words here that you may not be familiar with. However, I created a link for it so that you can go and find the actual meaning, and you can click on the audio button here to get it, the audio meaning of the word. So you can do that wherever you see highlighted links there. So again, you will identify the meaning of words and phrases as they are used in context. And in order to determine the context, you need to read the poem through at least twice. And as you do that, you're actually trying to find the rhythm of the poem, because as I stated in a previous video, finding the rhythm of a poem helps you to determine the meaning, because the rhythm actually impacts the meaning of the poem, and it enhances the meaning of the poem as well. Then you're going to connect whatever meaning you have identified, and then you'll connect that to the following meaning. For instance, when you read lines 1 and 2, you will determine the meaning, and then once you have that meaning, you will read lines 3 and 4 and connect the meaning from 1 and 2 to the meaning of lines 3 and 4, and so on and so forth. Then you're going to identify the central idea, because the central idea is what the actual content, meaning the poem, is conveying. Overall, what is it conveying? What is it expressing? Okay, so what is it about? What is this poem about? And you'll get more information on the central idea based on the previous video that I link to this one in the description section. So you're going to identify the central idea and the theme. Once you have the central idea, it will support the process of determining the theme, which is the message or lesson that the content is illustrating, it's expressing in the poem. Okay, so based on the central idea, it will support you with determining the message or lesson, which is the theme. Then you'll go on and highlight the most impactful lines that you identify. And then you'll read the essential question again and go down to the bottom of the poem and respond to it in this section. The question is, how did the writer develop the theme? Meaning, what specific literary elements, conflict, resolution, and so forth. What literary elements, and I'll link a list of literary elements and literary devices in the description section as well. So this question is asking, when it asks, how did the writer develop the theme, you want to identify the various literary elements and poetic devices that the author uses, that Kipling uses to develop this poem titled If. Again, I will link a list of literary elements and poetic devices so that you can clearly explain in complete sentences what elements did the author use, literary elements and poetic devices, and identify the lines in which those devices and elements are utilized. So be specific about that. Now, I'm going to read the poem through, and then I'll show you my models of interpretation. So I'll read it from the structure of stanzas. Here we go. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired of waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and, which is more, you'll be a man, my son. So That is the rhythm of the poem. I'll also link a YouTube video that reads the poem again. And I'm going to link a definition, create a link for the word virtue with the definition. And there's another word here, sinew. So I'll create a link for the definition of sinew, and I'll also create a definition link for the word virtue. So when you read this twice, and you can listen to it twice, like I said, I'll link an video, audio version of it being read. And then after that, you go back and you provide your interpretation of every 2 lines. So here you see, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, my interpretation as a model is, if you can remain calm and logical when others are not and saying it's your fault. So that's my interpretation of those 2 lines. Then lines 3 and 4, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. My interpretations are, if you can believe in yourself when others don't, but not take offense and extend grace with the understanding that all of us are flawed, meaning myself, you, all of us are flawed. Those are the interpretations of the 2 lines. And so you will continue to interpret the lines 2 at a time, 5 and 6, and just ensure that the lines stay within the box. Your interpretations stay within the box that they are right now. So that's the assignment, and you'll do that throughout. And once you complete that, you'll go back and identify the central idea. Again, you can view the difference between the central idea and theme based on the link that I provide, the video link from the previous upload. And you'll have the theme. Based on the central idea, you'll determine the theme, and then you can respond to the essential question, which is, how did the writer develop the theme? And you'll utilize the list of literary elements that I include, as well as the poetic devices. So I hope this is useful to you. If you find any of this useful or beneficial, or you know someone that it can benefit, please like, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to supporting you in the next video. Again, remember to like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you during the next upload next Wednesday. See you then.